Hello, and welcome back to an interesting episode. Today I thought, just looking into the future of Gleno-Space, perhaps we should launch another survey mission. This time looking at the Jool system, which is a gas giant with a system of 5 small moons. I say small, one of them's the size of Kerbal, but the idea is I want to set up a more permanent base in orbit around another planet. And so to do this, I need to actually decide which planet I'm going to go to. Now, you see here I've actually had problems during launch. It looks as if a part of my spacecraft has fallen apart, but no matter, it was only part of the thing which just exploded. So, that's fine. This is just me getting into orbit. I've put a lot of fuel onto this craft. An excessive amount of fuel, really. Just because I really want to get to Jool. My ultimate goal here is Laythe, though I do want to take a look at the other moons. I've built this craft with 5 nuclear engines, 4 of which are on the external, so I can get to Jool, and then there's a sensor survey craft and a rover which has parachutes on it to land on Laythe. Laythe is a medium-sized moon with an oxygen atmosphere and large liquid water oceans. Kind of interesting, actually. If this was IRL, then it would be a very good candidate for extraterrestrial life. But we shall see. We shall see. This is making orbit. I've actually run into a little bit of a problem. The mainsail is broken off the end, and when it shut down, actually separated there. But luckily, it didn't cause any trouble. That was almost another mission failure. I actually managed to do this all in one launch, which was surprising. 1 design mark, 1 launch. Hopefully that doesn't come back and bite me. This is the transfer window I've set up. Basically, I've only got to change my inclination slightly. I think I have a difference of 1.7 degrees. Luckily that doesn't take that much delta V to fix. These nuclear engines aren't very powerful, but because I've got 4 of them, I'm able to accelerate at a semi-decent rate. And as you can see, I've actually run into a little problem. KSP has a habit of forgetting that you've got an encounter. I think that's a known bug. And actually, once I come into the sphere of influence, I realize I'm actually coming in retrograde, so I don't think I'm actually going to be able to survey the system. I also can't seem to set up a maneuver node that flips my orbit back to a prograde, so I'm gonna have to keep that in mind if I am going to Jool. I'm just gonna use Laythe's atmosphere to slow me down. I was gonna use Jool's, but considering I already have an encounter, and because I'm going in retrograde, this would probably be a better option. I've actually come here with way too much fuel. I've really didn't need that much fuel. I was actually quite surprised. That's periapsis. About 70-80 kilometers above the surface. Got to adjust that down to 18 kilometers. I think that's the ideal aerobraking for Laythe. I'm just toying around here. I'm not quite sure where I need to burn. I'm just spinning the craft around. It's a bit noobish of me, but I'm able to bring this down. There we are. So now, I need to bring this thing in. interplanetary stage detached, survey stage inoperable, landing stage deactivated, arming parachutes. Okay, this is the tricky bit. Now, because I haven't designed this to initiate like this, I've had to detach the survey module, and now I'm manually undocking this, switching back, and... Okay. I think we're slowing down enough. We are still going very fast. Oh, I think we've got it. We're going to have to watch that nuclear engine to make sure it doesn't damage any of the surface, but it doesn't look like it's done anything. The interplanetary stage had remote explosives to manually detonate them, but the survey unit did not, so we're gonna have to be careful of that. Either way, the rover is almost there. There you go. That was the sound of the stage crashing. But no sign of any dent on the surface. Alright, the rover is down, initiating its automated startup procedure, and checking that all the instruments are working. Leave these readings. Okay. Like our pressure is about one half of Kerbal. Temperature is -3 degrees. We're getting 0.7 Gs, 7.81 atmospheric pressure. I can act like I pretend that I know what that means. I guess I've got some sort of idea, but realistically, like, I'm not qualified. Oh, there's a nice view of Val over there. Or Tylo. It looks more like Val though. There's the sunrise. Now, we can start doing our science. Because what else do you do when you've got a little automated car on another planet or moon? Firstly, let's turn off the brakes, and it's very wobbly. Now the reason being, well, I thought at first that maybe locking the steering might help. Then I thought, no, that's stupid. So I unlock the steering and decide that it's most probably the fact that we're not in docking mode. Because when you're in docking mode, you're not acting on the pitch, and that does help it. But in the end I decided just to turn off the motors, which I think was a wise move. After all, we can't have all 6 motors running, it'll just flip the whole thing over. Now that's done, we're able to start driving. Off we go. Let's go find something interesting. Doesn't look like there's anything on this planet particularly, it's just dunes. And whoa! Well, we've lost an antennae. Oh well, just on driving, I guess. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to leave some titles at the end of the video. What I would like you to say in the comments. So make sure to post, and I'll see you in the next episode.